Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown results, the 205 Live results from April the 10th. Birthdays, from April the 10th. Paul Bearer, he was born 1954. Jesse Neal, 1980. Harley Race, 1943. Okay, Harley Race, those are April 11th birthdays. Goldust, born 1969 on April 11th. Balls Mahoney, 1972. Lita was born April 14th, 1975. Also April 14th. Brian Adams. Crush. 1964. On April 15th, Tex Day. Austin Aries. A-double. Well, this video link is a actor Macaulay Culkin thumb wrestling WB NXT North American Champion Adam Cole. Also, there in the video is also AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, Paul Heyman, and NXT Champion Aleister Black in New Orleans last week. Apparently, Macaulay Culkin was also thumb wrestling Paul Heyman. As they are good friends and what have you, I also heard that he officiated his brother's wedding. WWE issued the following tout to the milestone of 25 million YouTube subscribers this week. WWE's official YouTube channel reached 25 million subscribers. Congratulations are in order. WWE's official YouTube channel reached yet another major milestone when it gained its 25 millionth subscriber on the popular video site. It sucks, but you can't upload videos on Google Chrome, as I'm having to do my videos through Internet Explorer. Also, noted Rhonda Rousey will make her WWE European debut at live events in May. She tweeted the following to hype the tour at Rhonda Rousey. Hashtag WrestleMania was just the beginning. It's time to get hashtag rowdy in Europe with at WWE. Hashtag WWE Geneva. May 16th, WWE Vienna. May 17th, WWE Turin. May 18th, WWE Paris. And that's also on the 19th. There's been a push within WWE for Bray Wyatt to turn on Matt Hardy and then be the leader of Sanity on the main roster. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, no word yet on if they are moving forward with this idea, but it has been pitched. By the way, they already have a manager. So if they do, they're going to have double manager? We'll see. I don't think it's happening now. But they're going for the tag team titles. Maybe after the tag team titles. As Wyatt recently joined Hardy and helped him win the 5th annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 34. They are set to team on Monday's Raw to face the Revival, with the winners facing tomorrow for the vacant Raw Tag Team titles on the April 27th greatest Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia. No dark match results prior to SmackDown. Did not get, but post WrestleMania edition of SmackDown opened up with the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. Tom Phillip welcomes us, and he's joined in by Corey Graves and Byron Saxon. We go right to the ring, and out comes Shane McMahon to a pop. Shane is back as a SmackDown commissioner, apparently, as he just said indefinitely a couple weeks ago. Shane hits the ring and fans chant his name. He thanks everyone and welcomes us to end WrestleMania 34 week. Shane thanks everyone for making the week a success. Fan chant, "Thank you, Shane." Shane says he's fortunate to have a lot of amazing WrestleMania moments, but this was a special because we got to witness the return of Daniel Bryan. Fans pop big for Bryan's name. Shane not only competed, but got to win because of Bryan's determination. Shane says that they can all agree that seeing Bryan in action was something magical, and he was born to do this. Shane says Bryan has truly crossed back over to become a full-time performer and WWE superstar, which is why Shane has accepted Bryan's recognition from the general manager job. Shane says it's all good because this is the land of opportunity, and one door closes and another one opens. Shane introduces the new SmackDown general manager, and out comes who just made her retirement from Raw in-ring action, Paige, to a pop. Paige said she's back. She delivered her retirement speech on Raw, and the first person to be waiting for her was Shane. Paige thanks Shane, and the fan chant, "This is your house." Now, Paige brings up Superstar Shakeup being next week. It says she wants to make this week special. She brings up Daniel Bryan again and asks who wants to see him in action tonight. Fan chant, "Yes," now. Paige thinks of an opponent for Bryan tonight, and the fan chant for Rusev first, then AJ Styles. Paige announces Bryan versus Styles for tonight in a non-title match. Fan chant, "Yes," and Paige leaves with Shane as her music hits. And after explain how the post-WrestleMania crowd might get tonight, they hype tonight's show with Shinsuke Nakamura, Charlotte Flair, and more. Still to come segment, the Usos versus the New Day, with a title shot on the line for Saudi Arabia. We go to commercial. Number one contenders match, the New Day versus the Usos. Back to the ring, out comes former champions, the Usos. Winners of this match will face new tag team champions, the Bludgeon Brothers, at the greatest Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia. New Day was out next. Jimmy still starts off with Xavier as they go at it. Jay assists in the corner in a double team, and he comes in for some more offense. Big E runs in and hits a belly-to-belly as Kofi cheers on from ringside. Big E then ends up on Xavier's shoulders. Kofi slams Big E down onto Uso for a 2 count. New Day does the unicorn stampede in the corner as Kofi tosses pancakes around. Usos get sent out to the floor with a drop kick as we go to commercial with the New Day in control. Back from the break, Big E misses a splash on the apron as Jay moved out of the way. Jimmy and Woods tag in at the same time and they go at it. Uso gets the upper hand and sends Woods out to the floor. Uso runs the ropes and leaps out onto Big E on the other side. Woods runs the ropes, but Uso ends up catching him in a Samoan drop for a close 2 count. Jay tags in, and the Usos wait for Woods to get up. Woods counters a double team with a big DDT. Big E comes in and spears Jimmy off the apron. Landing on the floor, Woods goes back to work on Jay and covers for a close 2 count. Tom credits Paige for making this match. Fans are dueling chants now. Woods kicks Jay and yells at him to get up. Woods with more body shots. Jay fights back, but Woods decks him. Jay comes right back with a big forearm shot. Woods with another body shot. More back and forth. Jimmy tags in, as does Big E. Big E catches Jimmy with a back breaker for a 2 count. New Day waits for Jimmy to get back up. It's a fan chant for them. Jay runs in and breaks the double team from the corner. Uso nails a big super kick on Woods for a 2 count. More back and forth and counters as Wood gets dropped again. Jay goes up top, hits a superfly splash for the pin and the title shot. Number one contenders, Usos. After the match, Usos recover and stand tall as the music hits. We go to replay. SmackDown Tag Team Champions Bludgeon Brothers come out to the stage to stare the Usos down. Rowan and Harper point their large mallets at the Usos while they look on from the ring. Tom leads us to World Wish Day promo from John Cena. Still to come, Bryan versus Styles, back to commercial. Back from the break, and we see stills from WrestleMania 34. We see backstage video from earlier today of Naomi being interviewed by Dr. Fitz next to the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal trophy. Natalya interrupts and they have words. Natalya hopes Naomi gets shipped off to Raw next week in the Superstar Shakeup. They continue arguing to set up a match. Naomi versus Natalya. We go to the ring. Out first comes Naomi as Greg Hamilton does the introduction. Natalya was out next. The bell rings and they go at it. Going to the mat for some back and forth action. Natalya gets up and poses to show off. More back and forth on the mat. Naomi gets up first and shows off this time, taunting Natalya. Natalya swings and takes control. Naomi kicks her and takes her down to the mat, face first with a scissor hold. We go to commercial after more back and forth with Naomi in control. Back for the break, Natalya has Naomi in an abdominal stretch. Natalya clubs Naomi to the mat. Naomi makes a comeback and slams Natalya, but Natalya comes right back and drops her. Fans boo as Natalya stands tall. Natalya with a snap suplex. Natalya with another stretch in the middle of the ring. Naomi gets out of the hole, but Natalya knocks her back down. Naomi counters a move and ends up countering again with a jawbreaker. Naomi unloads with kicks now. Naomi with a scorpion kick. Natalya comes back and hits a sit-down power bomb for a 2 count. Natalya goes for a sharpshooter, but it's blocked. Naomi gets up, but Natalya hits the big discus clothesline for another close pin attempt. Natalya goes to ram Naomi into the corner, but Naomi slides down and tries to pin her. They struggle in the corner. Naomi nails an insecure for the top, and then nails a split-legged moonsault for the pin. After the match, Naomi so tall as the music hits. Natalya sits up but gets a barrier on the outside. Naomi goes to ringside and poses with the Battle Royal trophy to celebrate. Announcer show us stills from the WWE title match at WrestleMania 34. Renee Young is backstage knocking on Shinsuke Nakamura's locker room door. He comes out. Some fans in the arena boo. Renee says a lot of people are calling the attack on AJ Styles reprehensible, heinous, and poor sportsmanship. She asks why he would tarnish the dream match after so many years of anticipation. Nakamura says maybe he got too emotional, but he's not sure what happened. Nakamura jokingly says he's sorry for what happened to AJ. Renee asks why again, but Nakamura says, "No comprende. Don't speak English." As Nakamura walks off. Still to come segment, Rusev versus Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode in the number 1 contenders match. We see SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte walking backstage, back to commercial. Back from the break, we see some mainstream media coverage from WrestleMania 34. We go to the ring. Out comes SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. Flair takes the mic and says she had the toughest challenge of her career at WrestleMania 34 on Sunday. She says Asuka made her dig deeper than ever before for that and thanked her. Flair says that the Queen left WrestleMania still the champion. She says they left every ounce of energy and emotion in Mercedes-Benz Superdome last night. She knows it was WrestleMania, but something about it was special and magical. Flair says that the question now is, who will she make magic with next? She goes on, but is interrupted by the iconic duo, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, making their debut from NXT. Peyton speaks from the ramp and says she just happens to know a few wizards if Flair is looking to make magic, as they can make that title disappear from her waist. Billie introduces Peyton and herself. Billie says Flair's match at WrestleMania was good, but it wasn't iconic. Fans cheer as they head to the ring. Billie says no one wants to hear Flair out here running her mouth. Peyton and Billie mock Flair in the middle of the ring now. Fans chant for the iconic duo again. They tell Flair to stop talking about a match that was in the past, especially because she's looking at the future. Peyton says it's now out with the old and in with the iconics. Flair attacks Peyton first, but Billie comes from behind, and the numbers game catches up with her. Peyton and Billie unload on Flair and beat her down, and she's trying to fight back. Billie hits Shades of Kay and sends Flair out to the floor where Peyton is. They toss Flair over the announce table and into the barrier. They ragdoll Flair back over the announce table and continue to double team at ringside. They send Flair face first into the steel ring steps, and she goes down. Fans then chant for Carmella to come and cash in. Flair slowly gets to her feet, but they grab her and send her shoulder first into the steel ring steps again. Flair rolls around and yells out in pain. They scoop Flair for a big double power bomb on the floor now. They bring Flair back in the ring, but she's knocked out. The iconic duo stand tall over Flair's body to a mixed reaction. Referees are out to send them back to the back and to check on Flair as the music hits. They back up the ramp and continue the trash talking. Music hit, out comes Carmella with her Money in the Bank briefcase. Carmella runs to the ring and hands her title shot to the referee. The referee asks if she's sure she wants to do this, and he stalls. She screams at him, but he's acting like he doesn't understand. Referee talks to Hamilton, takes his time, and Flair slowly recovers. Hamilton makes the announcement, and the match is on. Carmella versus Charlotte. Referee hesitates on ringing the bell, but it finally hits and Flair stumbles to her feet. Carmella immediately nails a big kick and covers Flair for the pin and wins the title. Successful cash in this time. Winner new SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella. After the match, Carmella celebrates and raises the title. As the music hits, Carmella runs around the ring with the title in the air. Carmella returns to the ring and taunts Flair, who is still laid out in the middle of the ring. Carmella gets emotional and keeps celebrating while clutching the title. We get a graphic for Styles versus Bryan and come back to Carmella celebrating. Going from the stage back to the ring area, Flair sits up in the ring and looks devastated, and Carmella mocks her and heads to the back. Triple threat, number one contenders match, Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton versus Rusev. Back from the break, new U.S. champion Jinder Mahal is already out with Sunil Singh. They're watching the next match from ringside. Bobby Roode was out first, followed by former champion Randy Orton. Winner of this match will face Jinder at Backlash. Aiden English out next to sing the introduction for Rusev Day, who comes out to a big pop. We go to commercial. Back from the break, and Roode has Orton in the corner, working him over. Rusev comes back into the ring and works both opponents over. More back and forth between the three until they all end up on the floor again. Rusev then sends Orton into the announce table, but Orton backdrops him onto it. Roode comes over and rocks Orton. Roode rolls Orton into the ring and mounts some offense. Roode goes to the top rope and Jinder looks on. Roode comes off the ropes and nails Orton. Roode stands tall and plays to the crowd as he waits for Orton to get up. Orton avoids the glorious DDT and rolls Roode up for a 2 count. Roode comes back with offense, but Orton catches him in the power slam. Roode rolls to the apron, fan chant for the RKO. Roode blocks the second rope draping DDT and sends Orton out. Rusev grabs Orton on the floor and backdrops Orton on the top of the announce table as the fans pop. Fans chant for Rusev Day as Rusev returns to the ring and starts unloading on Roode. Rusev with a big shot in the corner and a heel kick to Roode. Rusev gets the crowd hyped and they cheer him on. Rusev with a huge Machka kick on Roode. Rusev stomps on Roode's back and applies the accolade for another pop. Orton breaks the submission and sends Rusev into the steel ring post. Orton goes back over for a 2 count. They get right up, and Orton nails the RKO for the pin. Winner new number one contender, Randy Orton. After the match, Orton hits the corner to pose as the music hits. Orton looks out at Jinder, and Jinder raises the title at him, smiling. Orton versus Jinder is confirmed for Backlash. We go to replays. So to come segment, Daniel Bryan versus AJ for the first time in WWE. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we see what happened with the iconic duo, Carmella and Charlotte. Dr. Ventez backstage with Carmella now. She's bragging on tonight's big win. Says she's waited 287 days to remove Flair from her throne, and she finally did it. Carmella goes on and says she wasn't going to get emotional, but she does. She says there's one person she wants to thank who has been a big help, herself. Carmella says, just like she made history at Money in the Bank, she made history here tonight. Doctor asks, what about Peyton Royce and Billy Kay? But Carmella downplays their role and leaves all smiles. We see WWE Champion AJ Styles backstage walking. Renee Young approaches and asks about Nakamura's apology from earlier. AJ doesn't want to hear it, but says he just might put his fist down Nakamura's throat if he sees him. AJ says he's not worried about Nakamura tonight because he's never thought he'd be standing across from Daniel Bryan in the ring. AJ goes on and says Bryan is one of the best, but he's not phenomenal. AJ versus Daniel was up next. We go to the ring. Out comes Daniel Bryan for his first regular TV match since 2015. Fans pop as Bryan hits the ring and poses on the top to lead the Yes Orgasm chants. WWE Champion AJ Styles is out next for this non-title match, also to a pop to a commercial break. Back to the break, we see more steals from WrestleMania 34. We return to the ring and the bell rings. Bryan and Styles lock up and to go at it as the fans pop. AJ takes control, but they go back and forth to the mat to trade counters. They get back up and Bryan connects with several kicks. Bryan takes control and takes AJ to the mat, working on the arm as he was kicking. AJ eventually connects with a drop kick and sends Bryan out to the floor. Styles launches himself over the top and connects with a forearm on the floor. We go to commercial with both superstars down on the floor. Back from the break, fans do dueling chants as they go at it. Bryan nails a big forearm and looks to mount offense now, Bryan charges and hits the quarter drop kick. Bryan with a yes kicks. Now AJ avoids the final kick and brings Bryan down with a dragon screw leg whip. More back and forth between the two. Bryan sells a knee injury. AJ comes off the top and catches Bryan in the inverted DDT. AJ gets a 2 count. Fan chant, this is awesome. AJ goes for the knee now, but Bryan slams him and turns it around into an armbar. AJ quickly turns around into a hold of his own. They tangle and AJ applies a calf crusher to the injured left leg. More back and forth on the mat. AJ blocks the yes lock. AJ with a 2 count. AJ nails a Pele kick, and they get to their feet. AJ drops Bryan again with a lariat and covers for a 2 count. AJ springboards in with a phenomenal forearm, but Bryan catches him in midair. Mid-move as Bryan drops AJ with a kick. Bryan goes to the corner and leads a yes chant as he waits for AJ to get up. Bryan charges for the big knee, but AJ blocks it and goes for the Styles Clash. Bryan counters that and positions AJ into the yes lock. AJ makes it to the bottom rope and quickly breaks the hold. Bryan takes AJ to the top and turns him upside down in the tree of woe in the corner as Bryan with kicks to the gut. Bryan climbs up to the top with AJ for a back suplex, but AJ shifts his weight and lands on top of Bryan. Shinsuke Nakamura suddenly enters the ring out of nowhere. He looks at both men and nails Bryan with a Kinshasa for the bell. Disqualification. He nails Bryan with the Kinshasa for the bell as Bryan wins the match. Winner by disqualification. After the bell, Nakamura turns his attention to AJ and goes to work on him. Fans boo. Nakamura delivers another low blow to AJ. As the fans' boos get louder, Nakamura waits in the corner. As AJ struggles to get back up, Nakamura nails the Kinshasa on AJ. Fan chant, you suck at Nakamura, as he drops AJ again. Nakamura heads to the stage and smiles as we see AJ recovering on the mat. Post-WrestleMania 34 edition of SmackDown goes off the air. 205 Live results with a new Cruiserweight champion crowned at WrestleMania. The show starts with the highlights package encapsulating both the story and the tournament final match between champion Alexander and runner-up Mustafa Ali. Celebration for the soul of 205 Live will take place later in the show. First up, we got Kalisto versus Akira Tozawa in another variation of the ongoing war between the Lucha House Party and the Japanese Stars. Hideo Itami's partner, Akira Tozawa, takes on Kalisto. What is notable in this contest is that each wrestler enters the arena without their stablemates. Kalisto gains the upper hand early on with some low gravity head scissor takedowns. Catching Tozawa off guard, once the pace quickens, both men rapidly duck each other's offense until Tozawa takes charge with a hard forearm and a kick. After a tussle in the corner, Tozawa finds himself towering over a prone Kalisto with a sudden realization that a senton bomb could bring a quick win, but Kalisto comes to, neutralizing Tozawa with an impressive springboard Spanish fly. Just like previous encounters, the match breaks down into a striking contest as the frustration that comes with not being able to gain momentum takes hold. Kalisto escapes another senton bomb attempt, but Kalisto's frequent escapes bring out a rabid Tozawa, who calls and tries for the crowd to take on more manic volume. However, his rage is winded, just like Tozawa, after another senton attempt is met with Kalisto's knees. In exchange of roll through pins disorientates Tozawa, who is up on receiving end of a Salida del Sol, granting the Lucha Star the victory. As Kalisto's music plays, the commentary team, Vic Joseph and Percy Watson, inform the TV audience that a tornado tag match will take place between the two parties, who have become now frenzied in their quest to plant their respective flags atop the mountain. Winner of the match, Kalisto. Mark Andrews is backstage with Tony Nese when Tony Nese comes up to offer support in the Welshman's pursuit of revenge against the dangerous Drew Gulak. Next, Gulak is in the ring, teasing the audience with a PowerPoint presentation. However, he decides tonight is not the appropriate time as he looks to deal with Andrews instead. He reminds us once again that he is the most dangerous submission specialist in WWE. Drew Gulak versus Mark Andrews was up next, and last week, Gulak postponed this matchup so as to ensure he could destroy Andrews at 100%. Early indications suggest that the fully rested UK superstar has not been taken lightly, as he wasted no time in locking up with Galak and showcasing his acrobatic charge and throwing him under the bottom rope and out of the ring with a deep arm drag. Andrew's gymnastics continue, which have more focus and intensity than previous outings, continue to frustrate Galak. However, Galak begins to assert his own dominance into the match as he brings the high flyer crashing down to the apron. From here on in, the Cruiserweight Classic participant brings the match down to his preferred pace and style, interluding lengthy rest holds and sadistic punts to various parts of Andrew's body. Andrew fights back in the latter stages of the match. A stirring standing corkscrew moonsault and a mini rotation crucifix circle pin gives Andrews a last chance at regaining the upper hand. He then reverses the suplex attempt into a patented stun dog millionaire. He goes for a shooting star press, but hesitates and naively runs into a praying Galak, who throws Andrews headfirst into the top turnbuckle. Galak wastes no time in bringing the match to an end, applying the Gulak for a quick submission. Despite a valiant effort by Andrews, Galak is just too much for him. Winner of the match, Drew Galak. After the match, the red mist descends over Galak, who locks in another Dragon Sleeper. This doesn't last long, however, as Tony Nese's music hits. It looks to exert his own revenge on Galak. Nese clubs Galak mercilessly. Galak's former best friend throws Galak out of the ring and dives over the top rope himself, taking out Galak. This is a welcome face turn for Nese and will be an interesting program going forward. Drake Maverick's backstage and announces to someone off camera that they will be in a tag team action next week. Those men are Gallagher and his partner, the returning Brian Kendrick. So Brian Kendrick, who has been out of action due to a Hideo go to sleep, which fractured his orbital bone some months ago. Maverick looks for reassurances that Kendrick and Gallagher won't be looking to return the favor, but Kendrick says what happened with Tommy is all water under the bridge. The latest segment of the show is a celebration for the new Cruiserweight Champion, Cedric Alexander, who was welcomed to the ring by Drake Maverick. Alexander discusses how the WWE Universe chanted, "Please sign Cedric," 2 years ago at the Cruiserweight Classic. He then thanked the crowd for their support in his journey to become champion, but is interrupted by Mustafa Ali's music. Ali, while cutting a somber figure as he enters the ring, is still able to say that Alexander earned his victory. Ali reminded Alexander that he is still in the line to have another chance at winning the purple belt. Before Ali can continue, Buddy Murphy's music plays. Australian rushes the ring from the crowd and lays out Alexander with a Murphy's Law. The show closes with an angry Maverick reprimanding Murphy, who smugly makes his way up the aisle. And that concludes my 205 Live results and SmackDown results for this week. Thanks again. Peace out. See you when I'm here. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.